I thought the final DNA test would prove Uncle Paul was our father. But the results showed something no one in my family was ready for. Morning returned again to Enugu. But for Tina, the sun did not feel warm anymore. Her mind was heavy. Her heart was restless. The secret she had discovered the night before refused to leave her thoughts. Her mother's voice echoed again and again. Daniel must never know the truth about the children. Tina stood in front of the bathroom mirror. Her eyes looked tired. Her face looked older than 24. Today, she whispered to herself, I will know the truth. Not guesses. Not whispers. The real truth. And the only way to know was science. The plan. Tina left the house early. The Okeke family was still asleep. Except her father. Pastor Daniel was already in the living room reading his Bible.
My daughter, you are leaving so early?
Yes, Daddy. Work.
May God guide your day.
Amen.
The streets of Enugu were slowly waking up. Buses roared. Market women arranged tomatoes and peppers. School children walked in groups. Everything felt normal. But Tina knew that by the end of the day, her family might never be the same again. Getting the sample. The hardest part was getting Uncle Paul's DNA. But fate helped her. Later that morning, Uncle Paul came to the church office. He always visited Pastor Daniel on Wednesdays. Tina knew his routine. She arrived there pretending to drop something for her father. From the hallway she saw Uncle Paul sitting with Pastor Daniel. They were laughing like old friends. Her chest tightened. Two men. One terrible secret between them. Tina waited quietly. Soon Uncle Paul finished his drink and placed the glass on the table. Then he left the office. Tina moved quickly. She entered the room. Daddy, I came to bring this file. Tina quietly picked up the empty glass Uncle Paul had used. She wrapped the glass carefully in a tissue. Then she said goodbye and left. Outside the church building she whispered to herself, this will reveal everything. Back to the lab. Inside Gene Clear DNA laboratory, the machines hummed softly. Tina moved carefully. She locked the lab door. She could not allow Ichikwa to see what she was doing. She placed the samples on the table. 3 from before. And now a new one. Uncle Paul. Her hands trembled slightly. What if it is true? She whispered. What if he is really our father? The machine began its quiet work. The centrifuge spun. The computer processed the data. Minutes felt like hours. Tina stared at the screen. Her heartbeat echoed in her ears. Finally the machine beeped. Result ready. She swallowed slowly. Then she opened the file. The screen showed the comparison. Paul Nwankwo. DNA match result. Tina held her breath. The numbers appeared. The percentages calculated. Then the final answer appeared. Her eyes widened. She stared. Once. Twice. 3 times. But the words did not change. No paternity match. Tina stepped back. Her mouth slowly opened. No. Her voice trembled. That's impossible. Uncle Paul was not the father. But that meant something even more frightening. If Pastor Daniel was not the father, and Uncle Paul was not the father, then who was? Tina felt the room spinning. Everything she believed was collapsing. She whispered again. Who are we? The terrifying call. Suddenly her phone rang. Unknown number. Her heart jumped. She answered slowly. Hello. The voice on the other side was calm. Cold. It was Ichikwa. Good afternoon, Tina. Her stomach twisted. What do you want? He laughed softly. I see you are working very hard today. Tina froze. How do you know? Oh, Tina. I know many things. Then his voice became serious. You tested Uncle Paul today. Her heart stopped. How did you? I told you, he interrupted. I looked deeper. Tina's breathing became heavy. So tell me. What did the test show? She said nothing. Aichikwa laughed again. I already know. Silence filled the line. Then he said something that made her blood run cold. Uncle Paul is not your father. Tina whispered slowly. Then who is? Aichikwa paused. Then he said quietly. That is the real story. The news explosion. At that exact moment something terrible was happening in the city. A journalist named Obinna Ease sat in his office. On his computer screen were the photos Aichikwa had sent earlier. The DNA results. The famous name. Pastor Daniel Okeke. Obinna leaned back in his chair. This story will shake Enugu. He opened a news website. His fingers hovered above the keyboard. One click. And the secret would explode across the city. Tina's realization. Back in the lab, Tina felt fear rising again. Aichikwa spoke once more. 5 million naira tonight. Or tomorrow morning the whole city will know. Then he ended the call. Tina dropped the phone slowly. Her mind was spinning again. Uncle Paul was not the father. The truth was deeper. Much deeper. And somewhere in that truth was a secret powerful enough to destroy everything. She looked at the computer screen again. The empty space where the unknown father's DNA should be. Then suddenly, a memory flashed in her mind. Something her mother once said many years ago. A strange sentence she never understood. Some secrets are buried not to protect lies, but to protect lives. Tina whispered slowly. What did you hide, Mama? But Tina does not yet know the most shocking truth. The real father is not Uncle Paul. Not Pastor Daniel. Not any man in their church. The truth is hidden inside a hospital record from 24 years ago. And when Tina discovers it, she will realize something unbelievable. She and her brothers were never meant to grow up in the Okeke family. Next in part 6, final. The hospital secret is revealed, and Pastor Daniel must decide whether blood or love truly makes a family.